Hey guys, and welcome to episode 49 of the Up Real Lake podcast, aka episode 1 of the Up Real Lake podcast. Right now we're up in my cottage, so if you hear any noise in the background like birds or boats going by, then you know why.
A lawnmower, perhaps.
Yes. Right now, that's pretty loud.
Wow.
Is your dad cutting grass?
Hey guys, and welcome to episode 49 of the Up Real Lake podcast, aka episode 1 of the Up Real Lake podcast. I'm going to have to repeat that again. Yes, we're up at my cottage, so this may be a very short episode. We'll see. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tim McGavick. How's it going, Tim?
I'm fantastic.
Yeah?
I did much adventuring so far.
Yes? A little sore from water skiing yesterday?
I did have a water ski accident.
Also here is Tyler Switolski.
I had a canoeing accident.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And Adam Franey.
I was part of said canoeing accident, so...
Also rocking a 4th degree sunburn right there.
Yeah, I'm also burnt to a crisp. Listen close for cringes and sounds of pain.
Nice. Let's just run down some of the topics we're going to discuss this week on the episode. Firstly being our last seen movies, as well as 2 reviews this week. Firstly being Warcraft, the latest film that came out this week, and Conjuring 2, sequel to the previous Conjuring, obviously, as well as some news topics that came out this week. Firstly being Moana, so we're going to get into that later, and if you guys do want to skip ahead, go in the description box below, and you can skip ahead to any of those topics I just mentioned. And again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like our stuff. So, without further ado, let's get into our last scenes. Timmy, what do you got for us?
Been teasing this since we were at the Foodland up by your cottage, because this movie was on the discount rack.
Right, it was.
Almost bought it. This is a 2000 film written and directed by Andrew Dominic, who is the writer-director of Assassination of Jesse James.
Oh.
This is his first movie. Anyone know it?
Nope.
Chopper. Based
Chopper.
off the book by Mark Chopper Reed.
Oh.
I didn't see that on the dollar rack.
Oh, it's there. Mark Chopper Reed is Australia's most notorious inmate. Upon release, he quickly becomes overwhelmed by the idea that all of his old friends, foes, and loves are against him. Starring Eric Bana as Mark Chopper Reed, Simon Lyndon, and Vince Colosimo. This movie is great.
I knew it.
I loved it. I watched it. It's on YouTube, so you guys want to watch it, it's on there.
Really?
Yeah, like the full thing.
This wasn't the dollar rack also.
Pretty decent quality. It hasn't been brought over to Blu-ray yet, so it's not like HD, but it's not bad looking. Eric Bana is outrageous in this.
Really?
Yeah.
Good way, bad
This is like
way.
a dark comedy.
Okay. Okay.
Because this guy was like just crazy. He just did some nuts things. Like in prison, there's this hilarious scene where he gets like stabbed like 5 times, and he's just like shocked by it. Like his friend like stabs him once, and he's like, "Man, what are you doing?" And he's like, "No, you're gonna regret this."
So you're gonna have to stop stabbing me, bro.
Yeah. It's just he's just such a bizarre character. Like I was watching interviews with the real Mark Chopper Reed like after I watched this, and Eric Bana like spot on played him.
Really?
If this was made today, I'd probably say Christian Bale could probably do it.
Oh.
A lot of scenes where it's like I could see Christian Bale packing on like 30 pounds and like acting.
Of muscle or fat?
Fat.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, it's just good. It's a good movie. Solid movie.
So Bana like beefed up for this?
Yeah, like the movie starts with him in prison in like 1976, and he's like young looking and pretty thin, and then it cuts to like 1986 when he's out of prison, and he's just like put on like 30 pounds. He has like this grody like handlebar mustache. He's got like silver teeth in like the front.
Did Bana actually like put on that much weight though?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Like he's big.
I love that.
He's not like huge, but he's like noticeably bigger between the 2 cuts.
Yeah.
And this guy's
Sick.
just like insane. Like
Bronson? Is that similar to Bronson at all?
yeah, I got a similar feel to Bronson. Bronson's a little bit like harder. Like Bronson's like pretty violent, right? This movie has some bursts of violence. There's like some stabbing scenes that are like that stabbing scene I was mentioning earlier. That's pretty violent. But yeah, it's good. It's funny. There's some dark comedy in there.
Came out in 2000, you said?
2000.
Wow.
And Mark Chopper Reed is just a character, man. Like, you hate him and you love him at the same time. It's like some of the things he does is pretty atrocious.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's
He's
pretty
endearing.
hilarious. Yeah. Like, he'll shoot someone and just be like, fuck, man, I'm sorry. Sorry about that, man. It's just like, I don't know. He's just so... I don't know. He's just such a weird character. It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
Hilarious.
And then I'd recommend watching interviews afterwards because, like, Christian...
Have to.
Those always make it when you see, like, the real person.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like,
god.
spot on. Like, nailed his, like...
Personality.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect.
How many reels you hitting it with?
4 reels.
Wow.
4 reels.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to...
4.
4. Not a heavy 4.
For real?
For real.
4 reels?
Not a heavy 4 because there's not like a huge story. Like, it doesn't really, like, there's no like big character arcs or moments or anything. It's just kind of like he's in prison, he's out of prison, he does some things, and then it ends.
And it's a
It's
4
not
from
like
that.
overly encompassing of his life or anything like that.
Yeah.
It does take creative liberties, which is said right at the beginning of the movie. There's like a title card that comes up being like, this movie is like based on a true story, but we've taken creative licenses with it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
That's mine.
Who wants
Chopper.
to jump in next? Ty, you got anything this week?
I you know what? I do have something this week.
Didn't think you did, but hey,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I have. Oh, why is that not loading? No.
His memory is loading up. Hang on.
Yeah.
We're at a cottage and Ty's Wi-Fi is... I mean, sorry, his memory banks is loading. So
Yeah. You know what, Adam? Why don't you go first?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let me load my memory banks here.
Unreal.
Upreal. Lake.
Unreal like.
Wow, these puns are brutal.
2013.
Going way back.
Going
Back in
way
time.
back. An ex-con who is the unlikeliest of role models meets a 15-year-old boy and is faced with the choice of redemption or ruin.
I was going to watch this.
Starring Ty Sheridan. Any guesses?
Mud. No. Joe.
Joe. Also co-starring Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Nick Cage.
Really?
This is on
Never
Netflix
heard
now.
of this.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I will
Never
watch
heard
this.
of
Never heard of this movie.
Have you seen Mud?
Yeah.
It's hilarious because it's like...
Did you think I was going to say Mud?
Same
Yeah.
story as Mud.
It's like the same movie. Directed by David Gordon Green, director of Pineapple Express,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Eastbound and Down,
Bizarre.
Manglehorn, many others.
Mm.
I bet you're wondering what I thought of this movie.
Not really.
Yeah.
Usually the
Go
point
ahead.
of this.
Okay, moving
Yeah.
on. I loved this movie.
Really?
I fucking loved this movie.
Part is good.
Nick Cage.
In 2013,
2013 Nick Cage.
a recent Nick Cage movie I loved.
Huh.
I'm as shocked as you are.
Tell me about Nick Cage.
Allow me.
Yes.
Allow me to elaborate. This
Please
movie's
do.
great.
Okay.
On
That's
to
not
you.
an elaboration.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Nick Cage is great in this movie. He doesn't go full Cage. He holds it back. He's like nuanced, subtle. Again, kind of like McConaughey was in Mud. Obviously, the comparisons there. They came out around the same time.
Same kid.
Same kid. Who was also great, by the way. His performances all around were awesome. Like Nicolas Cage, I don't know where he's been hiding this. Like, I don't know why he goes so crazy in all these movies he's been doing. I don't know why he can't just play like a human being.
Because he's crazy.
Yeah, well,
It's Nick Cage, don't forget that.
true. I guess I guess David Gordon Green like sedated him or something. Like maybe tranquilized him.
Like little beaver tranquilizers into his
Yeah.
breakfast before we got on set.
I think so.
Yeah.
Why beaver? Interesting.
It was just
Look in your psyche.
we're Canadians, so you know. Again, like Mud, it just shows like a really cool setting as well. Like I love the setting. It's just like that
Where is it set?
Texas, I believe. Just like a middle of nowhere, like super ghetto, like disgusting town. Just like an industrial like factory type town, but just
The Midwest?
nasty. Like it gives you that authentic feel like you're actually there because David Gordon Green casts locals in his movies. That's like something he's known for. One of the main characters, Ty Sheridan's father, who's like an abusive, drunk, like scumbag, played by an actual homeless person, literally picked up off the street, and he was great because he played an authentic, creepy, alcoholic, like abusive father, and he actually, the guy who played him, I forget his name, but he actually died like 2 months after on the street. He's just straight, real life homeless person.
They didn't like give him money or anything for the movie. They
I don't
just
know.
The machine just
abused him.
Yeah.
Spat him
And
out.
it was insane because I'm like, wow, he's actually so good. Like, he's a great like villain, so to speak. And cinematography was awesome. Like, all the shots are beautiful. There's even some like crazy sort of surreal camera work. Like, there's a scene where Ty Sheridan's in the forest because like he goes to Nicolas Cage and asks him for a job because his family is poor, so he has to like support his family. He's only like 15, and they have this job where they poison trees so that they're easier to like cut down or something. They have like a axe with like this venom jug pumping through it, and they just like go around and chop down all these trees. And so Ty Sheridan gets his job, and he has to go like take a crap in the woods, and he goes to like sit down, and he like moves the camera out of the way, but it's like slow motion, and like with the score, I don't know, it's just like a crazy atmosphere.
It's kind of weird.
The score is like amazing too. I was like, wow, this movie has no right being this good. I was just like blown away, really.
It's crazy. Guess I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah, I
Never
heard it was
of it.
right. I can't believe you've never heard of it. I heard it was good. Like, it got really good reviews. So I'm like, you know what? Let me give Nick Cage a shot. Maybe he has something left in the tank. And I'm happy I did.
Lo and behold.
It was great. Lo and behold, there's way more plot. There's like than I thought. There's plot twists. There's even some action. Sweaty.
I'm in.
Talking bang bang. You know what I'm saying?
Guns.
Guns.
Okay, yeah.
I know you like the guns.
I know, but people on the microphone didn't know it. I'm talking bang bang, you know? Guns.
Well, there's also like bang bang like sex.
Oh, okay.
Besides the point.
Glad we covered that.
Yeah. Heavy 4.
Wow.
Heavy.
Wow.
Flirting with the 5 bang.
Wow.
What?
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Love this movie. Oh, this I almost forgot. Better than Mud. I'll say it. I like this movie more than Mud.
Are you kidding me?
Not
Wow.
kidding you. Watch it, Scott.
Wow.
Good night.
That's incredible. Ty.
I'm going water skiing. Bye, guys.
Technical
Yeah.
difficulties have been fixed.
In your brain?
With your brain.
With my brain, I watched a 2015 action comedy
You
romance.
don't say.
Yeah. I'll read the
twist.
I'll read the
What a
synopsis.
twist, eh?
Just, a girl falls for the perfect guy who happens to have a very fatal flaw. He's a hitman on the run from the crime cartels who employ him. I'm talking about Paco Cabez's 2015 Mr. Right.
What?
I'm sorry.
You heard me.
Mr. Right?
Bless you.
Mr. Right.
Are you right about that?
Written by
The one, the only.
the one, the only Max Landis.
Tim, get hype.
Infamous.
Yeah. This movie was awesome. I read a lot of reviews after I watched this movie.
What did they say?
They were not
Literally
as
shredding it.
enthusiastic as I was. I'll say that. There was actually a lot of guys who actually tore Max Landis apart.
No.
But
Really?
I really, really liked this movie.
Right up your alley.
It was. It was very weird. It had like all
Right up your alley.
I know. It had all the fittings. Like the entire time, it felt like you were watching like I'm gonna say an independent movie. Like it felt like it wasn't like that's the thing. It hit like it seemed like it
Very
hit
low
like
budget.
yeah. Like even just like not even like the acting, but just like the overall feel felt like an independent movie.
True.
But it was just so weird. Like the entire movie was very quirky. Like all the
Much like Max Landis' personality.
yeah, like
Weird.
it was kind of like the mannerisms of like Sam Rockwell. Oh yeah, Sam Rockwell, Anna Kendrick, and Tim Roth starring.
Tim Roth.
Tim Roth was in this.
I'm in.
Believe it or
Did he have a
not,
big part? Or?
yeah, he had a much bigger part than Hardcore Henry. I'll tell you that.
Doesn't take much.
Yeah.
So
really
he
just
does
that
lines?
Yeah, like an extra couple seconds of screen time. That's really all it takes.
So if you doubled it, it's 4 lines.
Yeah.
Or-
No, he was actually a pretty big part in this. So it was kind of cool because he was like switching between like his his English accent and I think it was, I assume it's like a Texan accent, and so like he
played two characters.
He played one character, but he had to like pretend to be like other people. Like he was kind of like not say like an undercover, but like he was like concealing his
Concealing
his true identity. So he was like pretending to be other people.
Sick.
So like he pretends like to be like another FBI agent or a CIA agent, and he talks with a Texas accent. So it's just like kind of cool seeing that. He did it really well. Sam Rockwell, very weird in this movie. Anna Kendrick was yeah, she was like again weird. The interactions, like it was just so bizarre. It's kind of hard to explain. You definitely have to watch it. I feel like none of you are going to watch it.
No,
but
got that right.
Yeah. They didn't explain a whole lot in this movie. Like they just went boom 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 boom, and like you couldn't really get a read on certain things. Like they didn't go into a whole lot of Sam Rockwell's history in the movie, and I feel like that was kind of okay. But like there was definitely more they could have explored there. But if they didn't do it right, it would have been shit. So I'm kind of glad that they didn't do that. Anna Kendrick, not a whole lot to her character. When you get to the end, you start to see a little more character development, which was kind of cool. Overall,
she becomes like an agent or something.
Like kind of like she's kind of like lost in the beginning.
That's a good
like she's kind of like, but like she's lost, but like you can tell like there's something hidden there. And so like as the movie goes on, you kind of see her character develop a little more. Not even like in like a training way from Sam Rockwell, just kind of like more like personally, you see her like start to grow a bit. Sam Rockwell is just mysterious the entire time. Like he was just so out there. But I really enjoyed it. It was a straight up sweet movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
What are you hitting with?
So I rated this a heavy 4.
Heavy 4.
Yeah.
You sick bastard.
That's
Yeah.
sickening.
You should tweet Max Landis. You're probably gonna be like the first person to tweet him something good about it. He'd respond.
or about him in general, ever.
Or about him in general.
You guys are just savages.
Yeah, I wonder about Max Landis. Like sometimes he tries to like be like quirky and do different things just for the sake of being quirky,
This
not
movie
to make
fit
a
that.
good, not to like make something good.
Yeah.
It's just like quirky for the sake of being quirky. I don't
Like
know.
one for him, one for nobody kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, he's like trying to do an interesting twist on the typical like trope, and it's just I don't know if it hits all the time. I obviously haven't seen it, but
last thing, like I'm not even a huge Max Landis fan. Like there are movies that he's done.
Who is?
Like there are movies he's done that I didn't like. Like
everyone points to Chronicle.
Victor Frankenstein, wasn't a huge fan of that movie. Like
No one's surprised.
yeah,
No one is.
but Mr. Right, I did really enjoy.
Okay.
So
It was right for you, eh?
yeah,
He's
Sam
your
Rockwell.
Mr. Right?
Sam Rockwell is my Mr. Right. Come on, you guys love Sam Rockwell. I'm not the only one.
I love him.
Yeah,
He's great.
I'd watch it alone just for that.
True.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sick that day. I don't think.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks,
Watch
man.
it.
Well, I'm gonna jump in then.
Okay.
With my last scene. I actually didn't watch a movie this week,
Oh.
but I'm gonna go back another week to a movie I did watch, and this is a film from Mr. Stanley Kubrick.
Oh. Franny, get hype.
An Irish rogue wins the heart of a rich widow and assumes her dead husband's aristocratic position in 18th century England. 1975's Barry Lyndon. Yes. Starring Ryan O'Neal, Marissa Berenson, Patrick McGee, and Hardy Kruger. It's a great movie. It's also a very long movie. 3 hours and 23 minutes long.
Holy shit. I think it's
Wow.
There is an intermission. There's like a 5-minute interlude of just intermission
needed.
text, and it's just like a score, like a classical song playing. I'm like, that actually is a good time to like take a break and go to the bathroom and like re-energize for this movie. But it won 4 Oscars: cinematography, art direction, costumes, and score, all of which were amazing. Firstly, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the cinematography. It was designed in such a way that it was sort of to emulate 18th century like paintings, which is when it was set. So like there'd be a lot of shots where it would start with a close-up on someone's face, and it would just slowly pan out to like this gorgeous like scenery shot, like literally the like perfect frame of like a painting. Just the way everything is just like aligned in the shot, and the way all the characters are positioned. It's really like perfect like cinematography, like photography. And it was, when I read that it was sort of to evoke that image of a painting, it totally made sense. Because I got that feeling when I was watching. I'm like, this is just beautiful. And it's the entire movie. It's just perfectly framed and everything. Awesome. Ryan O'Neal is, he's good as Barry Lyndon, formerly known as Redmond Barry in the beginning. And Lady Lyndon, who he eventually marries, is good. The one thing I will say about this movie, like, it's very like meandering, but I do like the structure. Like, the first half is sort of how he starts from like basically like nothing in like the Irish countryside. He's like trying to like con his way almost into becoming like a lord, and eventually he like, it's sort of like his rise, and the last half is like his fall of like how it sort of falls apart. But I wish his character was a little bit, like, I don't know, I didn't like love his character. It was interesting to see his like arc, but like during like the second half, and it's like, oh buddy, what are you doing? Like when he's starting to fall apart, I don't know, like certain decisions, like you were so smart to get this position, and yet you just it was just frustrating because like you spend so much time with this person. You already spent like 2 hours watching him like build up. You're like, oh my god, bro, like what's going on? I guess this movie sort of had a lot of hype about the fact that it was shot with like a lot of like very little studio lighting at all, and that's not necessarily true after I looked up some things about it. But there were certain shots where it was only lit by candlelight. Sweet. When it was like all interior stuff, like at nighttime, and it was absolutely amazing. Like there's this one famous scene where they're playing cards at this table. And there's like these two characters. One is Lady Lyndon, and Barry's on the other side. And they're like, there's like very little dialogue. There's actually a lot of dialogue in the scene in the background, but the characters that are playing the game aren't talking. It's just all shots of them like looking at each other. And he's trying to like seduce Lady Lyndon basically to get her to like marry him. And it's like an absolutely amazing like scene. It's all lit in candlelight. And just like the looks that they give, you can tell exactly what's going on, but yet there's no dialogue.
I gotta see this.
And it's amazing. There's some good action scenes. There's some good like duels, and I especially like in the very beginning about his father, about Redmond Barry's father, and it's like he could have been like a good like man, like good stature, good, and then he's just in a duel, and then boom, just dead. But it's not. This story's not about him. It was just a great opening to that. It was also famous for him taking a ton of takes also, which I know Kubrick was famous for. But there's one scene in which it was kind of hilarious. Literally where Barry meets Lady Lyndon, and they like actually face to face, not like in a crowd, like by themselves. And he literally just walks up to her and just like grabs her hand and turns her around. That's all the shot was. They took 100 takes.
No.
100 takes.
Kubrick, you bastard.
It was fucked.
R.I.P.
It was fucked.
How many times can you do that? Like
100.
Yeah.
He's just trying to find that special moment, that sort of like unique thing.
That one that like speaks to you.
That really, yeah. And then he said that a lot too, like in interviews and stuff. That he's just trying to find that one thing that he doesn't necessarily know what that thing is.
No, it's just the one thing that stands out.
But that one thing that's like, oh, I like that. I like that little little moment, or that little like glance, that little pause.
Yeah.
So definitely, it worked for me. At least all of those takes, like, because there's a lot of moments like that. Especially I can tell in that candlelit scene, the card playing scene. I'm like, oh, there's lots of little moments like that really made a difference. So I really enjoyed this movie. I'm gonna go 4 to 5. 4 to 5 reels.
Wow. All heavy ratings.
I know, a lot of positive.
Yeah.
We all
4 to 5.
loved our movies.
Yeah. It's really long. But, yeah. Like there's
Adam.
Some of the story stuff with this and like his character, I'm like, I didn't like love some of that stuff. So for that reason, it's not like a heavy 4 or anything. So 4 to 5 for me. But I think we'll move on then to our meat here of the episode. It's going to get interesting. Warcraft came out May 25th of this year. Directed by Duncan Jones, director of Moon. What else did he do? Source Code. Right. Starring Travis Fimmel, Toby Kebbell, Paula Patton, Ben Foster, Dominic Cooper, Robert Kaczynski, Daniel Wu, Ben Schnetzer. Tim, you got a little...
Yeah.
So I think you can summarize a little bit.
With the help of the Fel, which is a magic, the orcs... Evil magic. The orcs plan to attack the peaceful country of Azerith.
The planet of Azeroth. But
Is it a planet? Is it a whole planet?
Yeah, it's a
Yes.
the Kingdom of Stormwind, I guess.
I guess so is the name of it. And basically tells the first battle between orc and human based off the very popular MMORPG. World of Warcraft by Blizzard.
Close. Warcraft.
And then World of Warcraft for the expansion.
World of Warcraft is like after.
Don't care.
In the timeline. There's Warcraft.
And this is Blizzard's first movie.
Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, all
Yes.
that other stuff.
Yeah.
And then they did World of Warcraft.
Cool.
Sick.
So, what'd you guys think? Tim?
This movie is shit.
Oh, ruthless.
I had to watch this by myself 10:30 at night on a Sunday.
You should have told me. I would have went.
I did tell you guys.
Yeah, I
You
know.
all three went at a different
And,
time.
Yes.
Ruthless. Yeah, this movie
So
is shit.
Okay. Sick.
Yeah.
Anything you liked about it?
I liked, again, this is odd, I liked Toby Kebbell's character. He seems to always be
Durotan.
like pretty solid in all his movies. Durotan, who's like the good orc.
He was the chieftain of the
Yeah.
Frostwolf clan.
Yeah, he definitely looked the best. Like, I feel like they put the most money into his CGI. I'd say so. And his characterization was pretty good. I really liked his character.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah.
Like his voice was pretty sweet, made sense.
Fitting.
There's a few things I did like, but overall,
As a film.
as a film, pretty shit. Performances, shit.
Yeah.
Except for, who's the female orc that's half human?
Paula
Patton.
She was
Garona.
pretty solid overall with what she had to do, but she wasn't like great or anything like that. She was just like, she stood out amongst
The schlock.
the schlock. But like my biggest problem was probably the kid mage.
Khadgar.
Khadgar.
Played
He
by Ben
was brutal. Like what the hell? Like everyone else is like British or like trying to be British, and then you just have like this American kid with like short, perfectly cut hair, perfectly groomed like.
Not even perfectly.
American Pretty Boy.
He had like little like scruff.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say like a prepubescent like scruff going on.
attempt at a beard.
Yeah.
I'm like, this kid just stands out
Yeah.
like so much, not in a good way.
Yeah, one thing that I had written down about him was he looks like a kid that plays World of Warcraft.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, this kid probably won like a contest.
Or like won a match or something like that. Like win a match and
Win a match,
win
you
a
can
chance
be in
to.
the new Warcraft movie.
Yeah.
That's Khadgar.
Actually, we should probably look
Surprise! It's a major role.
that up.
One thing, yeah,
and
when-
then Ben Foster also bad. My boy,
I just want to jump in real quick, especially about Ben Foster and Ben
phoned it in
Schnetzer.
hard.
Ben Foster played Medivh.
Yeah.
Ben Schnetzer, Khadgar.
Yeah.
So I was looking up because I mean, have any of you guys played Warcraft?
No.
No.
I played the Warcraft 3, the RTS, like
Yeah.
the originals,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played the older.
Yeah,
one.
I was looking up because these characters are all in the games.
I
Right?
imagine
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
They Medivh and Khadgar, the two, they look nothing like what's in the games. Like Khadgar
Okay.
is not a little like kid like nerd. He's like a man with like a beard, like an actual like wizard.
Makes sense. Okay, I can
Right.
see why they would change it.
Yeah.
Sarcasm.
Actually, story-wise, I can see that.
Because it's stupid.
Oh yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
What?
It would make. Sometimes it's good to separate from the movie, from the game from the film, and go a different way. But in that like visual thing, I think it would make more sense.
Yeah.
I can see why
He's
they
a
did it.
wizard. Like, make him look like a wizard, not a little like prepubescent like teenager.
Well, that was kind of the point of it.
How was he
He's
so
younger, inexperienced. You know, not people aren't expecting a lot from him. Like, I can see why they did it, but I haven't played the games enough to know.
Ty, shut up.
Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna sit here.
What are your thoughts about this movie, Ty?
Oh, it was a terrible movie. Yeah, it was. The live action act, like the actual live action acting was dreadful. Like, I would have much rather watched people scrape their nails down a chalkboard than watch them act again. But I will give them I will give them credit where credit is due. This is a very ruthless movie. Like,
Indeed.
like there was a lot of stabbing, blood. Like, they went all like you know, like a lot of movies like this try to hide that, or like stab you, but it's like off screen. Like the stab is like off in the corner of the screen. We don't actually see it. This, they didn't hold back with this, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. Adam?
Well, we've had shit and terrible.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Abysmal.
I'm thinking here. Okay. This is not a good movie, but to me it did feel like the video game. I could see fans of the video game, which I'm not. I could see fans of the video game liking this.
I actually had a fan of the video game tell me that she did like this.
There you go.
Yeah.
There were 4 guys in my theater that looked like they played the game. I'm assuming.
Wow.
And
Profiling Tim.
Really?
I think it's the very first scene. I forgot what happened in the very, very, very first scene. Something ridiculous happened.
The orc and the human, like, circling and fighting?
Something like that.
That was
pretty sick, actually, opening. I like that. Something happened like early on, and the guy was like, okay, I'm out. Like, pretended to get up and leave. It's hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I guess it was so different from what
Yeah.
the true thing was. That's hilarious.
It felt like, just quality-wise, it felt like we were watching a Monty Python movie that wasn't funny. That's what hit me.
Holy
It seemed like it was just not good.
There's not that much brutal action in Monty Python skits, but
That's the only thing. It's like, it felt like it was just like a medieval movie that just like did not feel like it was. Like, it just.
Adam, though, I need you to jump in and give your opinion, because
Okay.
you didn't finish your thought there.
I didn't absolutely hate it. Like, I can't just say it's like shit, because I expected it to be like garbage. I don't think it was garbage. Again, I didn't like it. Like, it's not a good movie, but at least I think it'll please its core fan base. And it's made money. Like, I think it's a step in the right direction for video game movies. Even though this isn't good, I could see, like, if they keep building, you know, the video game movies, not like Warcraft sequels specifically. Honestly, I didn't hate, like, the orc side. I like the orc politics, like, within the clan. And all the close-ups on the orcs, I thought actually looked amazing.
Yeah.
Like the face close-ups, amazing. But some of the, like, you know, giant hordes of orcs and stuff, like the zoomed-out stuff, didn't look the greatest. Hated every second of human footage on this. It looked like high schoolers, like, wearing football gear that they, like, fashioned into armor. Like, every suit of armor was, like, way too big for their body. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, in defense, that's the style.
What the game
That's
looks
how they
like?
look, yeah.
I know. Not good. What's his name?
Khadgar.
Khadgar? Just disgusting. Like, I think, like, a lot of that cast looked so out of place. I was just like, this guy looked like he walked out of, like, a high school, like, today.
High School Musical? Yeah.
Yeah, High School Musical. And they just felt like they were, like, putting on a play, like high schoolers doing a high school play about World of Warcraft or whatever.
Yeah.
And Ben Foster, who me and Tim loved, just let me down so hard. He was so bad.
Paycheck, I think, was this one.
Paycheck, yeah. He was just so, like, I laughed out loud when he came on screen with that wig and everything. I'm like, are you kidding me?
And, like, sometimes having a British accent and then sometimes not. Great.
He was just so
Like,
Ben
I'm pretty sure
Foster-y.
he just did the Lance Armstrong thing before this.
Oh.
So obviously he had short hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, this disgusting wig.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I want to jump in. I didn't hate this movie. Like, I walked out of this movie, like, I was like, that was mildly entertaining. But obviously I understood its faults. Like, I have huge problems with this movie. But yet, I did enjoy the orc side of things. Like, I agree with all the points you said. Like, the close-ups when we first saw Duratan and his wife, I'm like, holy shit. Like, the close-ups on them, I'm like, wow, this is, like, pretty sick. Like, how
amazing.
Like, photorealistic that was. And I did really like that opening sequence, that, like, really, like, intense little, like, battle, really quick thing that happened.
It was awesome.
And any of the, like, really close-up, like, battle scenes with the orcs of them, like, fighting, I liked that. I liked how brutal they were. again, to reiterate, humans are shit. But here's one thing that I noticed after I did a little research, because I never played the games. The story is literally the exact same as what was in the first Warcraft, like literally point for point. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but certain like twists and certain characters that have sort of changed their hearts and stuff like that, and certain things that happen to characters, they happen exactly or very similar to what happens in the games. And honestly, I think that isn't a good thing in this case. Like, sometimes it's not the best choice to directly adapt the story points of a game which is designed for gameplay. Like, it's not while the story is important to certain video games, it's not a film, it's a game. It's for you playing, right? So I don't know, it's just some things I could see from a mile away, and some things piss me off when they happen. I'm like, this is the stupidest decision you could make, which we'll get into in spoilers. Literally the stupidest thing happened.
Sorry, DJ.
Yeah, it was literally so stupid. And I didn't hate, like, Travis Fimmel as Lothar. I didn't hate him, but because he was a direct adaptation of his character, there's no, like, story that I cared about. They had this thing with his son that was interesting, but there wasn't, like, a full arc or anything.
No.
Which kind of annoyed me. Like, they had little characterizations of each character and little arcs, but no full arc, really. The only character really was Duratan, Toby Kebbell. So I wish, like, especially like Paula Patton had a little bit of her being a half-orc, but it wasn't fully sort of investigated, fully, you know.
I would have liked a little more of her story.
Yeah.
Like, why she is where she is.
Travis Fimmel with his son, there could have been a little bit more backstory, a little, you know, in the beginning, a little bit more.
I need something cleared up. Like, who's Travis Fimmel? Is he a human? Or
he's the, like, human with the good beard, the, like,
from the Vikings
Sir
TV series.
Anduin Lothar.
Like the main human character with the son. Oh, yeah, got it.
But it looked exactly like Leonardo DiCaprio from The Revenant.
He did some scenes, yeah.
Don't compare the two.
No, he looked identical
in
to
any
him.
way.
Acting-wise, no, but at all.
Yeah.
Never.
And I did like Robert Kaczynski as Orgrim Doomhammer. Like, I liked his
Which one was
character.
that?
Big Hammer, like Duratan's like friend, his like buddy.
Second in command.
Bald?
Yeah, bald with the big beard.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I liked, like,
he was cool.
The 4 orcs that were, like, main orcs were pretty sweet.
Honestly,
those 2.
Gul'dan, the like evil wizard
guy, and then Blackhand.
Blackhand
sweet.
was
Clancy
badass.
Brown.
Yes.
Badass.
I feel like they didn't focus enough on certain things, but yet they did a very apparently good adaptation of the game. So it's like,
accurate.
Did it work as a film as far as the story goes? Didn't quite do it for me. While there was great action sequences and great moments and such in that regard with the orcs and everything, but yet it didn't work overall for me. So visually I like some, but then story wise I hated parts of it. So I'm really like hot and cold on this one.
My problem with these type of movies, like these fantasy movies, is that, as we all know, 15 years ago, Lord of the Rings came out,
and my axe.
where they built like huge sets. So when you have a scene like the very last scene in this one, where they're green screening like a castle,
yeah,
you know that scene?
Yeah.
No,
after the battle,
I can imagine.
After battle, there's a scene, and there's like 4 characters standing like front close to camera, and like there's a castle and like something else behind them. Pure green screen.
I blacked out.
Completely like takes you out of the movie. Like, these guys are clearly on a soundstage.
It's so hard when you have Lord of the Rings existing. And even Game of Thrones, something that's on TV right now.
Yeah, it looks better.
Like a medieval fantasy.
Because they film on set.
Yeah.
On location.
Yeah.
There's a problem.
I'm like, how does a TV show look better than this, like, what, $150 million movie, right? Is it 150?
Crazy. It's big.
Huge budget.
Huge.
Blockbuster budget. It's, yeah. And, like, people, I keep getting this reaction when I say that, too. People are like, well, it's Warcraft. What do you want them to do? I'm like,
film better.
Make it good.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, that's the if that's the mentality you have, we're never gonna get a good video game movie. It's a video game movie. It's not Lord of the Rings, man. It's
Why
not
not?
Lord of the Rings. I'm like, why not? Lord of the Rings, the movie wasn't anything before Peter Jackson.
It was
made
adapting another story. It was adapting a book.
Yeah, it pisses me off.
Lord of the Rings should
Warcraft.
be seen as a bar.
Yeah.
Every fantasy movie that does like a medieval story or something like that should try to meet a certain bar. And I feel Lord of the Rings is that bar. So if they're not like trying, then you're right. Mean, that's why we'll never get a good one.
In my opinion, even though it's a TV show, Game of Thrones is the only one that's getting there because they're filming on location.
Yeah, it makes a huge
because
difference.
they're trying to make it. They're making an effort.
It's effort
to create full sets, complete sets, and film on location.
Like here,
and minimal CG where they can.
Full CG, full green screen, no location, no like real location filming. Actors are phoning it in. Like, what made this movie a good movie? Like, they did not try to meet a certain bar at all.
Like, for example, there's a scene where they're in like a big chasm valley. Like, it looks kind of like volcano-ish. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Clearly not on location.
Yeah.
But
I know.
That's something where you could have easily filmed on location.
Yeah.
Right? It's just a valley. It's a valley.
Yeah.
Find a valley. It looks like that.
And it makes me wonder, I guess, like, did all the money go into the CGI? Like, where did the money go? There's no
not
big
even
stars.
all the CGI. The money went into like those 4 orcs.
Yeah.
Certain CGI.
Yeah.
Like Adam was saying, I totally agree with like the close-ups and that whenever you see like an orc and scream like close up, I'm like, that looks sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a distance, that's where things start to fall apart. When you see hordes running, I'm like, oh God,
dear God,
no,
kill me,
no. Horrendous.
Not even a horde.
Or like lightning. 5. Like I'm like, oh no.
Lightning has never looked good in movies, like ever.
That's
hideous.
True.
Hideous. Rock golem.
Oh,
despicable.
Yeah. Scott, don't bring up the rock golem, please.
Despicable.
I beg of you.
Adam, it's pronounced golem, and it is a Jewish folklore.
Oh, really?
Just so you know.
Wow, interesting. You would know that.
Of course, I know that.
Well, so. Anything else you guys want to mention before we give our ratings and move on to some spoiler stuff?
Interestingly enough, there's a lot of spoiler stuff. So
yeah, well, a lot to talk about.
I didn't expect. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a light 2 on this guy.
Oh, okay.
Light 2.
Sounds. I think you're like 0.
No. It's shit. But
Sav.
I do like those 4 orcs. Pretty solid.
I agree.
Tyler.
I mean, there's a heavy one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. I honestly thought you would like this the most.
No, they didn't even try in this movie.
I was the one with the burn.
Yeah.
Heavy one. Okay, Adam.
Jesus. 2. 2 for the orcs.
Wow.
Scott?
Not a heavier light, just 2.
0. This is hard. This is hard because I walked out like I didn't hate this.
Yeah, same.
So,
see, I felt the same though. I was like
since
thinking back now.
Yeah.
Damn. Heavy 2.
Oof.
Heavy 2. Almost a 3. But heavy 2. I can't go 3.
So this is half as good as Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Interesting.
See, when you say it like that,
it's fucked.
See, I gave Fantastic Four a 1, so I would say this is like just one step higher than that.
For me, this is like a good step higher than Fantastic Four. Like a star better.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Spoiler section. Let's get into it. The one thing that really pissed me off.
Oh?
Duratan. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Your most interesting character.
Yeah.
Died like a bitch.
Yeah.
Totally pointless death.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
Pointless.
There was no message
I was like,
to that.
He just fucking died? He just died right there. Wait, he just died? He just died.
Yeah.
Okay, how are they going to bring him back?
Yeah.
How's he going to be resurrected?
I was waiting for like the evil guy to get killed and all like the fel would come back out of him and like the souls would return to all these bodies. No.
No. And then they go back. Oh, he's still a fucking corpse.
Yeah.
Okay, they didn't. Yeah. What? Are you kidding?
Yeah,
the most interesting character in this movie, you just kill like a bitch.
And actually, even the purpose of his death was like, you know what? Like we'll use his death to start an uprising against everyone else, and we'll turn against this guy. Even that fell flat. So like his
within like
no
20
purpose.
seconds too.
Yeah.
The orcs are just about to turn.
You see what's going on here?
Gortan or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Gordon.
I'd call him
Gordon.
Orcish J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, and then he's like said something else. He's like, "No, you guys should just keep following the fel." And they're like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, so no point to his death.
I hated that part. That made me rage.
Duratan.
See, I actually liked that he died.
I would have if they'd used it.
But I liked it because of your guys' exact reaction. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That just happened? There's no way that just happened. He's coming back. And he didn't come back. So for a movie that I don't really care about, that I found really generic, I thought that was so ballsy. I was like, holy fuck, are you kidding me? They just killed the main character? Like, that's insane.
But here's my main problem is this movie, I think, will get a sequel based on the box
that's
office.
the problem. I was hoping for no sequel.
Yes, this whole third act set up the second movie. Like, nothing gets resolved in this.
Yeah, there's still a battle. There's still a war
battle.
going on.
The king gets killed. I was like thinking that storyline would get wrapped up.
I thought it was ballsy for like a blockbuster to do that, and I liked.
But there's lots of characters that you could have killed and be like, oh shit.
Yeah,
If they killed Lothar,
yeah,
right? I wouldn't have cared. I'd be like, oh, Lothar died. Okay, that's damn. He sacrificed himself for some shit.
Right.
But if I want, but here's the thing: is now that we're gonna get a sequel, and that's one thing I like about this movie. Like, there's things I would like to see that I would like to see more in this universe that I wish they could fix and go a certain direction with it. So, if I would like to see a sequel, who would I like to see the most? Probably Duratan. I would like to see again explored.
I agree.
But they killed him.
Yeah.
All the other characters I don't give a shit about. So that's what enrages me the most, that we
I
could
totally
be exploiting
understand
Duratan
that.
more.
Yeah.
In the
I
sequel.
agree with you. Like, if they were doing a sequel, that's the only guy I cared about.
Right.
But with something like I literally just don't care. So it was it was nice to feel something during the movie. Like, I was like glazed over the entire movie, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, that was a nice shock.
Yeah.
And there's more ruthlessness that I liked. Like, that was shocking. Like when Famel's son gets like impaled.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Okay. Yeah.
and
Can
then
I?
just tossed at the wall.
I thought he was going to save him. I thought for sure he's going through the electricity with that shield. I'm like, okay, here we go, Hollywood. Like, just save your son. And then, nope. Stabbed. I was like, oh shit. I'm ballsy.
I'm gonna jump in on that. When you see like his father looking through that terrible wall of lightning.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Thank
You see like this orc, like one of like the huge orcs, just like look over and like see the father, and it's like, okay,
Black Hand.
yeah. He's like, this is okay. So this guy's obviously this guy's son. Like, I'm not gonna kill this guy like against like through here. I'm not gonna be that bad of an orc. So I'm like, he's not gonna kill him. Like, that's way too savage to do something like that.
Right.
I thought the opposite.
No, I thought it was like,
I thought that look was, oh, that's your son, eh?
no,
I'm about to fuck him up.
I did not think that.
Watch this.
I thought it was like, oh man. I think it was that like his heart was like maybe like, you know, the Grinch's heart was like, oh, it's his son.
I thought the opposite.
But
exact opposite.
then all of a sudden, just brutally murders him. I was like, oh my god.
See,
so
and
bad it dents his armor in like in his back.
Yeah.
Just dented out from his claw.
Oh my god.
Like, they put a lot of thought into this death. Like, they did it really well.
I like that too. Like, that's one of the positives for me, just the ballsiness to like just murder people like that.
I didn't expect it.
Which
at
again,
all.
just because I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
But I guess if this gets a sequel, yeah, they're fucked. The only guy I liked is dead.
Yeah.
So
Orgrim is still alive.
which
So
one's that?
he's
The bald one.
the bald one with the beard.
Doomhammer.
Yeah. So there's still his character.
He's okay. I don't hate him.
There could be some more, and also obviously the end.
Dominic
I think
Cooper.
there will be a passage of time
I
if
think
they do
so.
it.
Probably take place like
Remind me, what was that?
His son. They have a son.
the
who's
orc son.
Yeah.
The orc who gets sent away.
the little post credits thing
Yeah.
or post title card thing.
Sigh.
Lame.
Disgusting.
So hopefully his
Disgusting.
looked like shit, but
Looked like shit.
certain
Makes sense.
potential for hopefully they'll do something good with his character. And Orgrim will be there, obviously. But I think also the king's son, the human king's son, Dominic Cooper, like, he has little kids as like heirs.
Mm.
You know, if they a couple years later they'll be older.
Yeah.
So there's more interesting things there.
Did you guys expect Dominic Cooper's death?
No, but I didn't really care.
No.
Yeah, he died too. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of thought he was going to die, but I did not expect it in the way
I think
that they
that got
did
me
it.
too. I remember.
Yeah, when he
being
is
shocked
like,
multiple times.
Yeah.
he like told her, Garona, to like kill him,
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
I was like, again, every single like big death, I was like, okay, obviously she's not.
Right? Like, they just
shanked him.
Get shanked.
Like, that's why, like, again, like, I'll give this movie credit where it's due. Like, they
Yeah.
did not hold back when it came to the deaths
Yeah.
I'll give
and
that.
the actual
True.
killing.
Not
Although
enough for a star bump, but
Medivh's death was pretty lame.
what happened again?
The clay monster fell on him.
Yeah.
Oh, that was disgusting. Oh yeah, the kid teleports it on him.
Yeah,
He just looked so bad. Like when he got that makeup and he was becoming like demon
that was
Medivh.
brutal.
I was like, is this Sci-Fi Channel? Like I'm watching the orc stuff. I'm like, okay,
It looked like
like this
one
is
of-
a movie
yeah.
at least. Then I watch the humans. I'm like,
It looked
TV
like
show?
Stargate Atlantis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Am I
oh,
right?
okay, sick.
Yeah.
Am I right?
They
Yeah.
got the Stargate Atlantis makeup guy on set. Sick. Money well spent.
Yeah. Did any of you guys see Medivh being like twisted from the beginning? Like it's
No, honestly, I guess that was something.
No,
Not
but
the
it wasn't.
beginning, but like
I wasn't surprised when it happened, though.
no.
Scott, you ruined the impact of his moment when the fell leaked into the little pool by saying it looked like he was shitting himself.
yeah. He was just like sitting in the pool and there's like this green like ooze like flowing from him. Like shit. He just like
I can relate.
literally like just had diarrhea.
Like this
Um,
movie.
Yeah, I thought that whole thing was just I thought it was stupid. But here's the thing,
agree.
like that's a direct adaptation of the game. So Medivh is the evil mage who
I could see.
conspired with the orcs to open the portal. It's direct adaptation. It's just
I
like,
have to
his
mention-
motivation. What's his motivation?
Yeah, like why?
Why?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I couldn't even.
Right.
I could not tell you one.
Why?
thing.
Why is he
Like
doing
I
it?
assume he was like corrupted by the
Yeah.
fell at some point
To
in
get,
his life
like-
that we didn't see.
To get power, I
Oh,
guess.
sure.
But like, it just they don't explore like why. If there was a good reason, if they showed a good reason why
Yeah.
he would do it, maybe I'd care. But I don't care, so it didn't work for me.
Like, you found out that, like, Medivh and Orc,
Idea.
again, Orc J.K. Simmons, were, like, working together.
Yeah.
So, like, what was the reason behind that?
Wow.
Don't care.
Sorry, say it again. The
Medivh, like why were they working together? Like, why was he, like...
Every time I
why
hear
was
Medivh-
Gul'dan and Medivh working
Yeah,
together? They're
like- Yeah.
That's a good question.
they
like-
were corrupted.
Yeah.
Medivh was corrupted by the Fel, and Gul'dan is using the Fel to control all the orcs and
Yeah.
to take over.
Like you said,
Azeroth.
like, what was his motivation? Like, why was
exactly.
he doing
That's
this?
that's my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did like the one thing I want to mention before we move on, which I think we should, was Orgrim, how he like turned against Durotan, even though he's his best friend,
Yeah.
and he joined with Gul'dan to like become powerful and become the chieftain or whatever. But then he like realized like that's my bro.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Like I did like their relationship.
Yeah.
So again, we won't be seeing that again.
No. Definitely
That's
not
right.
a, not a rewatch.
Stupid. But
Fuck.
I did think he was badass. So we'll see.
Should have just made an orc movie. They fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll move on then into our next movie. Also came out this week, May 25th.
Now You See Me Too?
Yes, that
No.
did come out.
No. The second most relevant movie that came out this week. The Conjuring 2. Directed by James Wan, who also directed The Conjuring. Starring Vera Farmiga, Patrick Wilson, Francis O'Connor, Madison Wolfe, and Simon McBurney.
Yeah.
So, Conjuring 2. Tim, you have a synopsis?
I absolutely do not have a synopsis.
Savage.
Did not see this movie.
Well, what were you saying earlier?
Blah blah blah. Ghost family. Blah blah blah. Haunted house. Blah blah blah. Possession.
There it is.
Blah blah blah. What you think happens.
Sick.
Sick. James Wan would be proud.
Yeah, so it's sort of centered on the Warrens, Lorraine and Ed Warren, who are
Real
what would you
people.
call them?
Well-renowned paranormal
Paranormal
investigators.
Paranormalists.
Yeah. Sure.
Who they go to England to help this family who have a problem with a poltergeist, I guess.
Yeah.
A possession. There's some things happening in the house, and they're sent to help, just like the first movie. They also show earlier on in the movie that
Tim also having seen the first movie.
They were present during the Amityville incident, which was interesting. But what do you think of it, Tyler? Let's start with you. What are your thoughts on The Conjuring 2?
I am not a huge horror guy. Mostly because they scare the crap out of me.
Right.
But
Fair.
this movie I actually thought was very good. Like I enjoyed it. It was kind of cool. It wasn't like overly. They didn't go overboard
Cheap?
with. Yeah. It wasn't like too.
Did they rely on jump scares a lot?
There were quite a few jump scares, but it wasn't overly. It wasn't like the whole scariness of the movie. Just jump scares. So I thought it was well done. They didn't overdo it. Like they didn't try to oversell. Like make you scared. Like it wasn't like a horror. Like they didn't try to put too much fake fear into you. Like they used it well.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of jump scares.
Yeah,
But there's a difference between a good jump scare, I think,
and a cheap,
really cheap jump scare.
Yeah.
Like, I always think back when I think of cheap jump scares. The Daniel Radcliffe first film he did after he did Harry Potter.
The Woman in Black.
Woman in Black.
Yeah.
If you guys ever see that movie?
Yeah.
Nope.
I have.
You did?
Yeah.
He opens a closet and birds fly out.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with any sort of thing.
Oh, birds!
It's just like he's moving along slowly.
Not the birds.
The score gets really quiet.
Yeah.
Gets really tense. He goes to open the door. Like crows fly out.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god. And it's like score.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No point to it.
0 point. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? That was like the epitome of a cheap scare.
Yeah.
A cheap jump scare. But Conjuring 2, I mean, there were a lot of jump scares, but they weren't done in that sort of like cheap, like you felt dirty after. You're like, oh, that was.
Yeah. I was like, why did I jump at that?
Didn't feel right.
It was done. It fit the story. Like they were cheap. They were like ones that were used well, like towards like to move the story forward.
Yeah, and to sort of
convey actual feeling you should feel in the moment.
Yeah, no, it wasn't done cheaply.
Yeah,
so. That's what I have to say with the jump scares.
yeah,
You guys have all seen the first one as well?
Yeah.
yeah,
I've heard that's good.
yeah. I've
seen
enjoyed
one like GIF on the internet of that sheet blowing off the clothesline and like landing on a ghost. That's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty creepy.
I was agree.
I should see this movie
Yeah,
eventually.
But did you like the?
I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did like it. As far as like scary movies go, I did like it.
All right.
There's something a little more on the real-ish side of paranormal.
They tried.
Yeah, it wasn't like
They try.
wasn't like babies crawling on walls, not on ceilings. You know,
Well,
like it wasn't.
That did happen, I think,
a
actually.
child was on a ceiling.
Yeah,
At
but
one
not like this baby just all of a sudden defies gravity. Like it wasn't just like, oh, I'm just gonna go like, yeah, no, you know what I mean though. You know, it wasn't
Yeah.
stupid,
It was,
right?
Defy
he
physics.
was 7.
Yeah,
She wasn't a baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't a stupid. It wasn't like a.
She was on the ceiling.
Never
she
mind.
Did phase through the floor
Sick.
into the other room. But Adam, what are your thoughts on The Conjuring 2?
Wow. See if I can conjure up a review for you.
Nice.
Huh? Anyway, sorry.
A second Conjuring?
Oh, damn
Second
it.
time?
It's brilliant. Hate haunted house movies. Getting that out there off the bat. So I'm going into this thing with
So-
my haunted house hate goggles on.
Slightly biased.
Slightly biased. And while this is not a movie for me, I'll say it is well made and it definitely does what it's trying to do well. So there's that.
But did you enjoy that? What it was giving you?
I personally, I'm trying to be objective. I personally didn't enjoy it because I don't like that whole like paranormal, like we got to go into this house and like
Subgenre.
find this ghost. I hate that whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just like a setup for a scare factory. Like,
Yeah.
but I can't lie, like it was effective. I was very scared. It was very scary. I jumped a few times. Held Emily's hand quite tightly, my girlfriend, who loved it, by the way. Emily, a real horror hound. She said it was arguably the scariest movie she's ever seen.
Wow.
Now, my problem, well, it's two-sided. This movie's over 2 hours.
It's long.
It's like
long.
2:15.
That's long for a horror movie.
It's disgusting, yeah. But I was impressed that they kept the scare level extremely high the entire time.
Yeah.
I was like, there must be like a slow lead-in. No. Literally, the opening scene was like creep mode.
The
scary.
Amityville,
Yeah.
The Amityville opening.
like flashback kind of
Yes.
thing.
Which is also like well directed. How what's the girl's name?
Vera Farmiga.
Vera Farmiga. That's what I
Yeah,
said.
Lorraine Warren. Yeah, I love that.
That was cool,
part.
right?
Yeah.
I
How
like that too.
they were having a séance, and she sort of like goes into her like
Out of
meditative
body.
state, but then you see her sort of like get up, and she walks away, but then she looks back at the table, and she's still sitting there.
Yeah.
So she's like, there's the perspective of that's what's happening at the séance, but she's having her own sort of out of body experience. And I thought it was like it was really well shot,
Yeah.
really
It
well
was
done,
well directed.
well directed. Yeah.
Like he might like James Wan. I respect him because he's good at what he does, even if it's not for me. Like I can tell he knows how to direct a movie.
Did
He's
James
a good
Wan
director.
do Insidious? First one?
Saw 1, Insidious 1, Conjuring 1,
Because there's a
Fast 7.
seance scene in Insidious that's really good too, where they have like the
Really?
gas masks on.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see Insidious. I don't know.
It's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I might watch it. Like I like Saw 1 a lot. Like I don't know. I think he's the best horror director right now. Probably.
He did Saw.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not.
I didn't
Him
know.
and
the
Ray
first
Randall.
one.
That totally
Yeah.
You know that?
forgot that. Yeah.
I can definitely see that now.
Yeah.
Like especially like the first one. Yeah.
I'm probably forgetting something, but I know Saw, Conjuring, Insidious.
Lights Out. He's doing as well, isn't
He's
he?
producing
Well,
that
Fast
one.
and Furious.
Okay.
Fast 7. Yeah.
Or Fast 7, sorry.
I thought that was Justin Lin.
Oh, I was reading no, it was
Ooh.
James Wan. He did the previous 4 movies. Justin Lin did.
Oh, okay.
He was offered Fast 8. James Wan. This may interest you, Ty. Said he was offered a life-changing amount of money to do Fast 8. Turned it down to do Conjuring 2 because he didn't want to. He said he wanted to mix
Wait,
it
so
up.
he hasn't done any Fast and Furious movies.
He did Fast 7.
Oh, he did 7, right.
Right?
Okay.
But it made so much money. They're like, oh, here, Fast 8, here, it's yours. Like, we'll pay you
Whatever you
insane amount
want.
of money. Whatever you want, name
Name
it.
your figure.
He's like, no, unless you want to wait, I'm doing Conjuring 2 because I need to do, like, a horror movie to get my creative juices back.
Yeah.
So then when I go into Aquaman, like, he wants to do horror, action, like, mix it up.
Okay.
So I thought that was, like, respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to rate this movie, to be honest with you, because honestly, I thought it was every scare was a jump scare, to be honest. I don't know if I thought it was, like, some were better than others, but I kind of thought every single one was a jump scare.
Well, there were a lot of like there were a couple actually. Before I go into detail, Scott, what do you think?
I don't.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like I agree with a lot of what you said, Adam. Like it's not my cup of tea. I don't love horror movies at all. I can arguably say I dislike horror movies that deliberately try and scare you. But it was very well made as far as those types of movies goes. I much prefer those sort of like slow burn, like
The Witch.
tensiony. Yeah,
Yeah.
The Witch.
Like The Witch.
Yes.
very little jump scares, but really like just unnerving scenes.
Yeah.
Like, ugh,
Yes.
that's creepy.
There we go. That's what I like.
I much prefer that to like the like, whoa, that's fucked up. But I when
Terrifying.
I wish you guys had
That was
video for
fucked
this.
me and
No.
Tyler saw The Conjuring together, and one thing that I almost like this the most about my experience of watching this movie, and that is we watched it on, was it Saturday at 7:50?
Yeah, it was like 7:30, like prime daytime.
Prime daytime. So like for like kids.
Yeah,
So like the entire theater, it was a pretty full theater.
it was packed.
packed,
Yeah.
packed you might say.
Yeah,
A lot of like young high school girls and just high school kids.
and Tyler.
And Tyler. So when there were jump scares, hilarious. I started laughing because literally like high screams
Yeah.
in the theater.
Like you thought someone was getting murdered in this theater.
That was the most entertaining part of the movie for me.
Yeah,
It was nothing that happened during the
Ruthless.
movie. It was the reaction of people around me, and I think that's almost the best way to watch these types of
And it was-
of
I
movies.
agree.
it wasn't like you can tell them like kids are being annoying and they're just like, oh my god, that's so scary, ha. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
anything like that. Like they
It
were
was
actually
genuine?
young kids. I felt were actually genuinely scared by it.
Like screeching.
My
Yeah.
crowd was like genuinely terrified.
Yeah,
Like 2 girls were crying. There's a girl behind me who was crying, literally crying. There's a girl in front of me with her boyfriend who was like starting to tear up, and he would try to like cuddle her and like put an arm around her, and she's like, "Get off me! No, it's not fucking funny."
This is real.
Yeah, like the My House thing. He like went in her ears like, "My house," and she was like, "Get the fuck off me!"
well, someone did that too
People crying.
behind us. It's like someone like scared one of the girls behind us, and like she just flipped her shit.
I'll admit, though it was like cheap jump scares, I felt like the My House thing that scared the shit out of me. I haven't been that scared in a long time. I was like, no.
There was one part that was not like it wasn't a cheap jump scare. It was like this isn't really a spoiler, I guess. It was like a haunted ghost like walking like in like a room like a study like that. Weird. I'm not gonna get.
What does it look like? The ghost? Which one?
It was the nun. The nun.
It's not a spoiler.
Yeah. Okay. So like you see like her like walking in the and then like you see her like walk and like go like behind the painting.
That terrified me.
And people like screamed at that. Like it was like that was like one of the big ones.
The hands.
Yeah, and like going and like grabbing it like that wasn't a cheap jump scare, and that made people scream. And so that's like kind of like the brilliance behind like that.
There were a lot of moments in this movie where they held back. They like teased you.
Yeah.
And they didn't do a jump scare.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate that.
I appreciate that
They
more.
could have done so many more cheap ones.
Yeah.
Right.
But they didn't. And they held back and they tried to...
The perfect balance.
They tried to only do the jump scares that felt more like...
Meant something.
That were meaningful. Yeah. Not the cheap ones. Which I like.
He likes scary faces, James Wan.
Yeah.
He likes scary faces like emerging from shadows. I feel like that's his trick. Because I know I've seen Insidious clips and he does that a lot. Yeah. And then this, he definitely does it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Tim, what'd you think?
Yeah, what'd you think, bud?
Man, crazy.
Crazy, right?
Insane
crazy,
movie.
Whole thing, crazy.
Those ghosts, eh?
Yeah.
That one part?
What'd you think of My House?
Oh, get out of my house is what I said. and when there's a Conjuring?
Yeah. Which time? Which time?
The second one.
The second one.
The second one?
Yeah.
Creepy as fuck.
The second time?
Yeah.
The best.
That second
Screamed.
Conjuring? Yeah.
Screamed like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Sick.
In all honesty, it's not like I actively avoided this.
You
I had a very busy week. I hadn't even seen the first one yet.
Oh, really?
And I don't watch sequels without watching the first one.
Oh,
so it's like, I'm not going to watch this. And I don't have time to watch the first one.
Yeah.
I also don't have time to watch the second one. That's why I had that stuff.
Don't care. You're off the podcast. Next.
What did you guys think of the like real aspect of it? That it was like real? Did you guys do any research after?
I've done some readings
Quote real, yeah.
on the Warrens, like especially like their trophy room, I'll call it, which is terrifying to me.
Real.
Yeah, and real.
You can go to it.
Yeah.
It's like a museum.
Yeah. Like the fact that they have to, like, I think they have it blessed like every 2 weeks or like once every, or like twice a week.
It was it's just the Annabelle.
Is it just the Annabelle doll?
Every week or something.
Like that's insane.
Disgusting.
So I did do a little bit of reading, like after I found out that the Warrens did the Amityville horror, like they researched that.
Yeah.
Like I started reading after that, and it's just incredible story. Yeah. They're very
despite the alleged proof against it.
Yeah, but like there's always that on both sides, right?
Well, ghosts aren't real, but
okay.
I do like that James Wan is building like this universe with these two characters and going like case by case. Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I like that he actually did, like he totally skipped over the Amityville story, which I think is.
I'm sure they'll go back to it,
but
I'm sure they'll reference it again. But
cool.
like it's already been done, so I'm kind of glad that they kind of did that.
I'm sure.
But there's a thread, right? And the thread is that like nun, right?
Yeah.
Or was the nun, I guess.
Yeah.
Spoiler, but
No.
maybe
Not really.
Okay, but I'm thinking the Amityville thing has been done so many times.
Yeah.
It's just they just didn't want to like.
Yeah,
do it again.
Do it to death.
Because it's been done to death.
Because Juan's a horror historian. He doesn't want to like. I feel like he probably didn't, like you said, he didn't want to go back into that.
Revisit it again.
Yeah.
It's like telling Spider-Man's backstory. Do we need
exactly.
to see Uncle Ben die again?
Batman's
do we need to see Amityville like craziness happen?
Do we need to see Batman's parents die again? No.
Yeah. It was interesting to see the way their twist on it of Lorraine like sort of like
I love that, man.
Sort of reenacting what happened. Like she had like it was like she was like holding a shotgun.
Cool.
And sort of like reenacting it. She was like horrified as she was doing it.
Yeah.
Just because she was like reenacting it like not by choice.
And she acted that very well. Like her performance in that scene was just amazing to me.
Yeah, the acting wasn't garbage.
Yeah.
For like
what do you think of the acting, Patrick?
I like Patrick Wilson a lot.
Great.
When he
sang
that song, it's beautiful.
Elvis.
He does have a great voice, right, Tim?
It was a nice little moment. Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
I have to point out there's shockingly there's some humor that I liked. Like toward the third act, they kind of brought some levity to it that I really like. Those two cops were hilarious. They go in to check out the house and they just bolt. And like, nope.
That was actually hilarious scene, I thought.
Yeah, me too.
So there's a scene where the cops, they don't really believe what's going on. They're like, where's this, what's tricks, it's all a trick or something. Or there's someone's playing a trick on you. And then a chair just moves across the room by itself. And they're just like,
nope.
It was just like, nope, we're out here. It just cuts and they're just like gone.
Oh yeah, that scene was hilarious.
Oh, right, Tim?
Hilarious, right, Timmy?
So I did like the
Little
levity
stuff
there.
like that.
The levity there was pretty humorous, I thought.
I will say the end credits were terrifying because they show like real pictures of the people and they all just looked so like accurate. It just terrified me. Was this real?
I do like when they do that because it kind of like reminds me of The Fourth Kind. Did you guys ever see that?
No.
With Mila Jovovich, like they a lot of the times when they did representations of like adaptations of the actual videos, what they do is they would show like the actor reacting it, and then what they would do is they'd have the exact footage right beside it.
Terrifying.
So like you actually saw what was happening. Like I thought that was like I always think of that whenever they do something like
the
that.
thing with the little girl levitating, air quotes, and they said like she looks like she was jumping from the way her knees were squatted.
Yeah,
they like do a side by side, like same thing.
It looked identical.
And I was like, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
And then they play the actual audio of the interview.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. The little girl and her voice changes, and she's like, "Oh, blah, blah." I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
And that was like the real recording.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That was terrifying.
What did you guys? Maybe we should get into our rating and then
just
a couple things we should mention before we move on.
Yeah.
But what rating?
Rating?
Tyler?
5. Do it.
No, I'm juggling between 2 right now. I'm sure you guys
Between
2 ratings or a 2?
no, I'm juggling between 2 ratings.
I was like, what?
Like
Does not line up.
I'm leaning towards a heavy 4.
Jesus.
Like a light 3, heavy, or a heavy 3, light 4. Like I just, as far as horror movies go, I really enjoyed this.
All right.
Like I'm rating this.
So what's your rating?
I'm rating this like on a movie scale or a horror scale. I would say like I'd say I'm gonna say light 4 right now. Just because it's still like I don't know that could fluctuate, but I'm gonna say it's a light 4.
All right, Adam.
It's a 3
Sick.
for me.
3 what?
Fishing reels since we're at the cottage.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. Heavy 3.
Ooh.
Potential
Potential for a 3.
Oh, okay. Other way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 5 bang.
Wow.
Movie I've ever seen.
Jeez.
Best movie you've ever seen.
As far as horror movie goes, like it's pretty good.
Yeah, I was
this type of horror movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm comparing to. I'm comparing to other
It's
horrors.
like a heavy 4 as far as horror movies go. But as far as movies go, it's a...
Like I'm taking that like horror rating and I'm kind of using that to...
Let's get into a couple spoiler things if you guys want to mention anything. There's one thing I want to mention, and that's the scene where Patrick Wilson is interviewing. That interview scene where the girl's voice changes. The way they shot it, which I thought was done really well, where they didn't actually show her face and what she did in it. She wanted them to turn around. And the shot was like a one take of Patrick Wilson with the recorder, like facing away, and in the background, it was all blurred out, was the girl.
Yes, I love that.
And I thought that was shot again really well.
The face is like obscured in the peripheral, like behind him,
but she actually did change.
Yeah, terrifying.
During it, but it was blurred out, so we didn't really. I just thought it was done really well because it still left it opening. Like, did she fake it? Like, what were we seeing there?
Yeah.
She could have faked it?
Yeah.
True.
There's no, like... See, I like the way that was done. So... Anything you guys want to mention?
Yeah, I want to mention, was it The Crooked Man?
Yeah.
How terrifying that was when he, like, came on stilts and was, like, chasing them around. Kind of, like, stop motion-y. I was like, that's terrifying.
That kind of reminded me of the Babadook for some reason.
Yeah, me too. That's totally with the whole stop motion look.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was also kind of cheesy. Felt kind of goosebumps.
A little bit.
The way it was, like, hobbling after them.
But,
there's a bee at the window. If anyone hears that buzzing. Yeah, at the cottage, if you forgot. And I also thought it was interesting how, like, nowhere was safe. Like how they go outside the house and lightning strikes and shit like that. I was like, are you kidding me? Like it was like the ghost was like insanely powerful. Like it was cool.
Yeah.
Because I always think like just run outside the house and like run somewhere
Just
else.
leave the house.
But like
No,
lightning
yeah.
stops them, right? Remember Tim? Just
We're talking about Warcraft, right? Where that lightning wall stops them.
similar. And like the premonition of Patrick Wilson like dying on the spike and then that all kind of happening, but her stopping it was cool.
Yeah, I liked that. I hated when the lightning hit the tree and turned into a spike. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, there's a big spike in front of the window.
Fuck
I
me.
wonder what's gonna happen.
Like, kind of like a Final Destination kind of thing. Like,
Yeah. But then I like the way that they didn't do the cheap thing.
They
Yeah.
flipped it.
Yeah.
I liked how she like found the way to stop the nun demon and just like battled her in the room.
Yeah, it was like
cool.
a mage battle.
Yeah. Better
Battle
mage
and
battle
demon.
than Warcraft.
Yeah, Warcraft.
There's no Kamehameha CGI.
All right, is there anything else we want to mention before we?
For me.
I can't confirm this,
Here we
but
go.
I think I caught this during one of the scenes. It was when she's like, we're in spoilers, right? Okay. When she like does like that whole freak out when she's Lorraine, she does that when she's in like the study and like the nun ghost is there. And like she does that freak out where she actually like, writes like scratches the name down into the Bible.
Yeah.
There was like as she's doing that, like you see like in the background is like a bookcase. Like you see her doing there's a bookcase there. There was a whole bunch of letters there. I'm like looking at the letters and I was like there's like V, K, L and like all these like weird letters. I was like, why do they have like these random letters and not like ones that you meet? Like I was like Lorraine, they don't have Warren, they don't have like W for Warren, they don't have Lorraine, they don't have all these other ones. But I think that they had the ones that were like this spelled out Balak.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't believe you noticed that on your own.
Yeah, I was like, why do they have these random letters there? But I didn't see it fast enough to remember them all.
Yeah, I read that after. That's amazing.
Yeah, I like that reveal because at the time I'm like, wait, how does that fit in?
Yeah.
How's that going to come back? And then I like the way that it did come back into the story.
I thought that was very cool.
Notice
That's cool. That's true. Actually, that's kind of cool. They did that.
Well, I think with that we'll move on to our news topics of the week, and that is the Moana teaser. So, what do you guys think of the teaser of Moana starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and some newcomers? Tim, since you've been out of the game for a little bit, been out of the.
You guys talking to me again?
Yes.
Oh,
What
you're
do you think of
still here?
Moana from Pixar?
Tim Lee.
Looks intriguing. I do like Disney in general. I think they do some pretty good stuff. Animation looks pretty cool in this. I like the settings. Very different than what Disney usually does. Looks interesting.
Besides
Looks
Lilo and Stitch, I
intriguing.
guess.
There's just a little teaser, so we're not quite sure on what the whole plot will be. But,
Some adventure happens,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
oh yeah, there's going to be some adventuring around.
Adam?
Yeah.
Sick.
Thanks, man.
It looks like a movie that's for kids, that's animated. Looks very Hawaiian. Proud for them. Represent the minorities. Dwayne the Maui Johnson, get hype.
He is actually playing like a Polynesian, finally, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't know.
finally, yeah, true. Hercules wasn't, I don't think.
Not Polynesian, no.
No?
Hercules was
You don't
not.
say.
Greek, I think.
Hercules was
Yeah.
Greek, yes. Not looking forward to it? Looking forward to it?
Fuck, don't care.
Not enough there, I guess.
Yeah, just don't care.
I think that's kind of my thing right now. Is like there's like it's kind of cool because it's like a story that like hasn't been done yet.
Scott didn't ask you, actually.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
What'd you think, Tyler?
There it is.
Thank you.
No, you can repeat
Don't care.
that. I didn't hear what you said the first time.
It's very little they've given us. Like, there's
It
not,
is a teaser.
like there's
to be
no
fair.
we don't know anything from story. We don't know we don't know like character like nothing like other than like the one character we don't know anything. So it's going to be interesting. Like I'm intrigued by it 'cause it's something they haven't done, like a story they haven't done before. So I'm kind of intrigued by that, but still on the fence.
Yeah, there's not much to go on, but I like what I see. I see the sort of the visuals that look amazing. Like the actual animation itself looks pretty great. So I'm in for that reason.
I agree.
The Rock seems very charismatic. Seems like perfect fit for him.
Sure.
I'm in.
Didn't even recognize him actually. Like
He was animated.
No, I got that.
Okay.
His voice.
He looks really different.
He's changed a lot.
He's
Put on weight.
He's got
Yeah.
hair. He looks. Yeah, his
it
face
was very,
changed.
very different. No, I didn't even.
Very animated.
I did not recognize his voice at all.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a little different, I guess.
A little bit. I mean, you didn't notice
Sort
the
of.
eyebrow raise.
Oh shit!
That is very distinct.
I mean, who else does that?
Go on.
But the newcomer, the protagonist, I suppose, the girl, she's a newcomer. I didn't really see much of her. I mean, I guess they're gonna join up and go on an adventure to save the world, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it looks good to me. I'm in. I'm in. Moana. So get hype. Anything else you guys want to?
That's all I got.
Well, that'll do it for episode 1 of Up Real Lake. We're gonna head down to the lake right now.
Good
Also,
night.
episode 49 of the Up Real Lake podcast. If you guys do like our stuff, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, you can follow us on Twitter at OpRealLates. You can follow me on Letterboxd at OpRealTim. Real with 2 E's, like a fishing reel.
Nice.
Sick.
You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at Up Real Late Podcast. 2 E's in real. You can also find me on the Letterboxd at Up Real Ty, Tye.
You can find me, Adam, on Twitter at Franey25 and on Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam with 2 E's, like a fishing reel that you use at the cottage.
It's a lame joke.
That's been done before, bro.
Yeah. I haven't
Step
heard
your
that
game
one
up,
before.
Alright?
Tim, can you edit me out of this whole
Yeah,
episode?
you're done.
I'm ashamed.
You can follow me, Scott, at UpReal Scott. Real spell like a fishing reel. Sorry, I was about to say film reel. My mistake.
That's really clever.
Thanks, I just thought of that. Keep it real, guys. Like a fishing reel.